Yo, yo.
Yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. We back again. We back again for another night of Island Boys football talk. We got the three big dogs in the building tonight. We got C Money from repping the 49ers all the way up in Santa Clara. We got K Jizzle repping them Philadelphia Eagles,
From the city of brotherly love.
the city of brotherly love. And you got Street in the building repping the 704s, Carolina Panthers. Keep pounding. We got a few stuff to talk about tonight. I know most of us have been going through mandatory minicamp, and we'll talk about that with each of our teams and any other NFL news that it has going on. But right now in the season, the off season actually, it's more OTAs and no mandatory minicamp. I don't know what's the latest in you guys' camp, but we'll get to there and we'll see what's going on in the Panthers camp as well, because you never know what's going on in the Panthers camp. So we always getting a surprise. But how's you guys? How the camp's looking for you guys?
I mean, it's just more of you won't get any negative reports from um the coaching staff from the journalists because like I said before, it's no real competitive competition going on right now. I think competitive competition ain't gonna start until probably training camp. So I mean everybody right now is on a high. I mean everybody watching Jalen Hurts doing his thing. They say he looks better in camp than how he looked last year. I mean, he looked like he gained some weight and put on some more muscle. His arms will look a lot bigger, but they say his delivery, his release is quicker. His mechanics is a lot better too. He was working with the quarterback guru over the off season. So, but then again, we got to see how he looks with pads on and when there's pressure in his face. So I just wait until training camp. But you just know the media has it as Philly to be somehow it coming up as the media putting Philly to be somewhat of a team to beat. So Philly getting that little hype.
But outside of Jalen Hurts, what we hearing from anybody else outside of Jalen Hurts in Philly? Hearing anything
Just that
else?
Jordan Davis is losing some weight. He's getting himself in shape. He's learning the defense. He's looking good. He's looking explosive. Dean is doing the same thing, learning the defense, just getting a grasp of the defense. I mean, he's just really doing a couple drills. By training camps, you will see him on the field doing first team drills and being captain of defense at the linebacker position. Um, but it's just really been quiet. I mean, everybody's there. There's um, no news where a player is disgruntled or whatever like that. So I mean, everybody's happy right now. Everybody's on a high. The coach is on a high. Nick Sirianni said that he gave a play calling in the middle of last year to Shane Steichen, which was good on his part. And also he said that this year again Steichen would be the offensive coordinator and he'll be calling plays again this year. So that's good on Nick Sirianni too. You know what I mean? So I mean I'm liking what I'm hearing from my head coach. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the quarterback and hearing about the quarterback. Devontae Smith's gonna do his thing. AJ Brown's gonna do his thing. You know what I mean? So it's all of Miles Sanders staying healthy as well. Um, and seeing how the safeties play. I think N'Kobe Dean is going to step in and make an impact. Jordan Davis is going to step in and make an impact after that. So he doesn't have a lot of pressure on him too, because he'll be behind Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargraves. He probably be a third string defensive tackle. So I mean, he wouldn't have a lot of pressure on him. He could come in second or third down. So
So
he's going to be able to move the pocket.
what you think? What you think? Give me what you think is the three main position battles for you going into training camp for the Eagles.
Position battles would be between Isaac Seumalo and Jack Driscoll at the red guard position. Um, it would be between Brandon Graham and Josh Sweat. I think when Josh Sweat will beat him. I mean, Brandon Graham is a little older now, so you might as well leave the younger player play. I mean, he had a good year last year. Leave him play and just get experience. Brandon Graham right now should be a role player right now. He should be started because obviously you're gonna start Hassan Reddick. You're not gonna bench him after giving him all that money. So,
Yeah.
and you gave Josh Sweat a whole bunch of money too last year, so you're not gonna bench him again. So I think even though it might be a battle, but still Brandon Graham should be on the bench. But Dean is gonna start at linebacker. I don't think there's nobody gonna beat him out. Same thing for Kazia White. He's gonna start. He's gonna be the second string linebacker. He's gonna be a starting as well. So I mean, safety. If Kayvon Willis proves in training camp that he can be a solid player, then yeah, he might be able to beat up Mike Epps. But I mean, so far the team is higher Mike Epps, so that's one of the battles at the strong safety position with Epps and Kayvon Wallace. But Darius Lee is going to be a number one. Bradbury is going to be a number two. I don't see Zach McPherson beating out Bradbury as a number two cornerback, and Avon Maddox is going to be a number three, and I don't see Zach McPherson beating out Avante Maddox at the slot cornerback position. So that's again, and at receiver, like I said before, AJ Brown will be a number two. Devontae Smith will be a number. AJ Brown will be a number one. Devontae Smith will be a number two. That's penciled in. Right now, they have Quez as be the number three. He might battle with Zach Pascal. That might happen, but we'll see. But most likely, I expect Quez to win that. You have Quez. If you have Quez on that field, you'll be stretching the field. Jalen Rager, I don't see him battling up with none of them guys. He's probably at the bottom of the barrel right now. He's probably going to be a trade piece later down the line. At the tight end position, Dallas Goedert, I don't see him battling up with anybody. He's a solid number one tight end. Running back, of course, is going to be Miles Sanders again, taking the helm again at the number one running back position. So that's about it. Team set. Just everybody now has to stay healthy. We get through Canaan Crap healthy, get through the preseason healthy, and we go into the regular season, and after we can start, you know what I mean, striking up the fire. But everyone, the media, all around, nationwide, in Philly, everywhere is saying it's all on Jalen Hurts. He got a lot on his shoulders this year. He has a lot on his shoulders this year. So, I mean, we'll see.
So you feeling you feeling
The expectations are high.
on a scale of 1 to 10? How confident you feeling in him right now?
I'm gonna give him this. This is a clean slate for me this year. I got started out with a clean slate. I can't go on with what I see last year, even though your mind might go back to what he did last year. But this year, now, I have to start a clean slate. He has better weapons, still a good offensive line, a good running game, and a better defense. So we'll see. But
No. But you didn't answer my question. Give me a number on a scale of 1 to 10. How
a
confident are
five,
you?
a five right now.
He got right down the middle.
A five, a five. I gotta see.
I don't know
I
if
can't
it's,
really.
I don't know if it's one of you that posed the picture. It had a picture there that look at the difference in size in Jalen Hurts from 2021 to 2022. But you look at her running back.
Like I said before, he put on more pounds, he put on more muscle, but that ain't gonna help you. That ain't gonna help you deliver the
That
ball.
ain't gonna help you deliver the ball. Exactly.
Right. So that's why I said I'm gonna give him a five. I
So
want
you
to
gave it
see.
a 5.
Right. I want a training camp. If I see something where you know what I mean, he's making precise throws and making decisive throws. You know what I mean, and decision making is going the correct way. Then yeah, but you gotta see an improvement this year. So, like I see, I want to see. You want to see when he got on short pants and a shot and a red shot. You can't see that. So you'll see more when it's actually real pads on 11 and 11 drills and everybody's going at it. You know what I mean? Even though you still can't sack the quarterback, but still. So, but then after
I
that,
know. Yeah.
when they also have what you call it, when the teams come and match up in training camp or whatever, when opposing teams come and match up in training camp, then we'll hear whether he's doing good or not. That's what you're gonna hear about it. Whether he's missing throws, whether he's improving what's going on. So and that
I
and
know
also
right now
preseason.
they do a lot of 7-on-7s, 11-on-11s,
Right,
but
exactly. There's no pads.
no pads in
Right,
it. So the quarterback still gonna feel comfortable in the
right,
pocket more.
exactly.
So you can't really do nothing.
So
But is he making the throws necessary to make though? That's still got to look at that as
right,
well.
exactly. So we
But
see.
you give him a five.
A five for now, a five. I start off with a five. I can start off with a two from the playoff game, but I start off with a five.
So you give him a five to the start.
But
A five to start off with.
go back to what Shooty said. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I understand. You know, it's only mini camp. You can't touch him here. They're passing the ball. Nobody
Right,
touching him.
But you still gotta make them throws.
Making the throws that he's supposed to
Exactly.
mini camp.
right.
Make the throws that he's supposed to make in mini camp.
Exactly.
It's easy
Because
to make when you're under pressure.
No,
yeah,
no,
but that don't mean he making them, you know. That don't mean he
no.
making
Then they
them.
say they say he's
Right?
making them. They
When
say
he doing when he
he's
drop
making
back,
good throws and stuff
drop
like that.
back
You know
and
what I mean?
tell him to throw the ball.
But I'm still hearing that he's putting a lot of air under the ball still. So
Right. That's what he's talking about. Is he doing
right,
the post plays? He drop back,
right,
he three step drops, he snap from center and then bomb it
right.
to what he named down the field.
Cause
But
this year, cause this year you're gonna get a better Devontae Smith.
exactly.
And this Devontae Smith ain't gonna be going against number one cornerbacks. He's gonna be going. He's going to be going against
Number
number
two.
two cornerbacks. You know what I mean? So even last year as a rookie, he was dominating number one cornerbacks. This year,
But we sit down and watch. I know you sit down and watch a lot of recaps of the game,
mm-hmm,
and you I hear you cussing, screaming, bawling out about he wide open. He missed that throw.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Them is the things that he needs to perfect in mini camp.
Exactly. Those are stuff that you're gonna
Right,
have. Remember the thing with you got more weapons than I agree. But you know I walked away with AJ Brown. A lot of those play action plays because you
yeah,
had
action
Derrick
plays,
Henry
yeah,
in the back.
yeah, true,
So you got to be able to if people ain't feeding biting on the Miles Sanders play action, you're gonna have to make tighter throws than what Tannehill had to do. Tannehill had it easier because people would bite down on the fake because of Derrick Henry.
Had to
right,
respect Henry. Had to respect.
Exactly. They ain't gonna respect Miles Sanders like how they respect Derrick Henry, which
right,
means Jalen Hurts' window gonna be a lot smaller than Tannehill window. So is he
true,
able even in these mandatory minicamp mean everybody need to show up and let's get stuff going. He still has to show some stuff in mandatory minicamp, even though you ain't actually hitting people.
right,
They're still doing 7-on-7 drills, 11-on-11 drills. You still gotta make sure because quarterbacks guarding the wide receivers. You still gotta show something that he actually looking like he grasping and like you say, you don't really see somebody getting bashed in minicamp. Nobody don't really get
exactly,
bashed in on minicamp. But you do however see person say that this person struggled today and that such as that as I would say in the Panthers later on it's not always you would hear them say he had a good day, but it wasn't great,
right, exactly.
which means to say that there's a lot of things that he missed on that he could have improved on. So, but right now, I ain't seen nothing of the Eagles camp that say otherwise that
Yeah,
Jalen Hurts ain't doing
there's no
anything.
negative comments or
Right.
negative journalism going on right now. It's all positivity. Everybody's sky high, sky's the limit right now until we see what happens. So
So we got to see you gave him a five in your confidence meter. How confident are you in the overall team on a scale of 1 to 10?
overall team, I'll give it an eight.
So you're very confident in that team going
I'm
forward
confident
into
in
the
the team.
season.
Yeah.
So that looks good.
A lot of that confidence came on Nick Sirianni too, because he's a more he's not into his ego when it comes to because the fact that he was able to give up play calling to his offensive coordinator and realize I'm not doing a good job is I'm not doing a good job being able to call plays and still try to manage the game at the same time. So he realized he can't do that. So he was able to send play calling over to offensive coordinator and manage the game better, and it was good on his part. So I'm liking what I'm hearing and seeing from Nick Sirianni. In his name, Nick Sirianni talking about tic tac toe or whatever. All in last year when he hired the job and he looked kind of last at the headlights. So even though I think he said that he made a comment of you got to plant the seed and lead the flower grow. He was right. You gotta plant the seed and leave the flower go. He planted the seed, and now the team is growing, right?
Well, we
But
all know that Jalen Hurts, he got no more chance, no more extra lives. If he
yeah,
don't make it
this
work
this is
this
this is his
year,
last life.
yeah, the Eagles will be aggressive in getting a
Hmm.
greater
A quarterback.
quarterback in next half season. So Jalen Hurts has to make it
Cause
work.
the team is ready right now.
Exactly. And right now, the biggest question mark is the most important position in the NFL, which is
Quarterback.
quarterback. So let's hope he can do it. I was always a fan of him, but we got to see how it is with him. He has to prove us right or wrong. Some persons still believe in him, some persons don't. So he got to
Yeah.
prove some persons right, and he got to prove some persons wrong. But he got the team around him to make him better, and let's just see if the coaches will put him in his best spot to be successful, or he will just go there and screw up the place and do a bunch of nonsense and leave the NFC East takeover because right now,
They
what's your
should be the
threat?
favorites to win the NFC East.
What's your threat? The Giants, who really afraid of Daniel Jones? I don't know. The Redskins, well, the
The
Commanders.
Redskins, the Redskins is the one
No,
who
no,
really.
the Commanders. The
I
Commanders.
mean,
Don't get
yeah,
it twisted.
the Commanders, I should say. They're the one who pose a threat to.
The fella who ranted about transgenders last week.
Don't get it twisted, Hannah. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it. Don't get it twisted.
um,
That's a different. That's a different topic.
the Commanders is the team that pose a threat to the Eagles because Carson Wentz don't have to do too much.
But you don't know what you're gonna
I
get
don't
out
know
of them
what get out of them, but
because
still,
if
they
you look
got
at the Commanders defense on paper, they should be the number one defense in the NFL every year. But
true.
them always ranking the 20th. See, and then they got good players on offense, but they can't do not. But they haven't solved the quarterback position either. So you don't know what you could always do. And I know you're a fan of Wentz KG, and I know you like to say Wentz ain't got to do much. He didn't have to do much in
In
Indianapolis either. It was actually to me way easier in Indianapolis
yeah,
than
but
in Washington.
he got better receivers over there in Washington. He had
KG, did you see Indianapolis line and Jonathan Taylor?
yeah, they were good. They were good.
Pittman,
I tell
Hilton, Pascal, and Mo
yeah,
Alec
but
Cox and them fellas.
Pittman, you know, number one.
You still had Pittman, which is
You
good.
see that? I mean, he had
T.Y.
good numbers,
Hilton,
you know.
which
What
is good.
he threw 27 touchdowns, so
But what did he
nine
do in week
interceptions.
17 when he was winning in?
Stink up the giant.
Okay, that's what it comes down to.
That what happened, but I mean,
And if your coach that always stuck his neck on the line for you went and tell the owner of the Colts, I'm sorry, that's my mistake. That's it. Like Jim Orsay said, he stuck his neck on the line for Wentz and it didn't work out, and he had to go and apologize to the owner. So
but this is his last leg, so
this is last leg. He got a
last
lot
leg.
of last legs this year.
Yeah.
We're gonna get to our last leg very soon, but I'm gonna wait on it. We're gonna get our last leg. But we're gonna head all the way west to Santa Clara and hear what's going on with these fighters. Now, I haven't seen much updates. Only one update me and Shane talked about, but I haven't seen much on the thing. What's going on out there?
You're not seeing much because, like you said last week, we move up our minicamp a week early, and then we end it a day early. Kyle Shanahan come out and said he's seen enough, and he packed it up, and they pack up bags and they went. Now, the only good thing is Trey Lance spending the next week in California. He stayed back to do more training at the facility, so he putting in the work, which is exceptional. Um, had a couple of standouts in camp, which I think forced Shanahan to be like, yes, he's seen enough. Drake Jackson, our first pick in the draft, and I think it was in the second. He,
He's a wide receiver.
no, Drake Jackson is our defensive end.
Oh yeah, I think about Drake London. Sorry.
Yeah, and he showed promise to be great. Again, and I think me and KG had this conversation. We're very deep at defensive linemen, so he
yeah,
gonna start
touch
off
that
being
base.
rotational until he work his way into maybe that starter role. You know what I'm saying? But what they're looking at right now is a very strong front four with Jackson, Kinlaw, Armstead, and Bosa being the front guys up front. That's a lot of weight on that front line right there. So they say he's looking very promising. Hufunga, our second year safety from USC. They say he might slide into that starting role in the strong safety spot. Taking the place of Jaquiski Tot, who left the team for free agency. Say, he's a he's a mentee of Troy Palamalu. So they've been impressed with him in the camp. They've been impressed with Joanne Jennings, who they say he's poised to make a breakout season this year. He had a very good season last year. Um, he gonna be a running back by committee again. And even though Elijah Mitchell had a big year last year, he ain't guaranteed to be the starter. I'm hearing good things about Price, and I'm hearing good things about our free agent draft that we pick up in Mason. And we still have we got Mason, Price, Elijah Mitchell, Hasty, Jeff Wilson Jr., all them guys back there in the backfield. That's 5 running backs. Again, so it's gonna be a running back by committee. Ray McLeod been making good strides, they say. So not just be a special teams player. You might see he start to, feed his way into the wide receiver rotation. I don't know where the hell we can put all these damn guys to play on the feet, but Shanahan a crazy man, so we can see what happens with his packages and all that stuff. Who else? And then, I guess the big question everybody want to ask is, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, that was
Freelance looks
backable.
exceptionally good.
Exceptionally good. So, and that's in minicamp. Again, every KG, I want to wait until I can see it in pads when you got Bosa breathing on your neck or Kinlaw coming up the middle. I mean, I know he elusive, but can he deliver under the pressure for the full 4 quarters of the game? He made all his throws. His stats were good in minicamp. I think he had one pick to the whole 2 days in minicamp. He had 4 touchdowns. I think he had like a 77% completion percentage. So that's where we at with. And that I expect him to grow. Like I say, he's 22 years old. Shannon had him under his wing all year last year. You have him under his wing all full season this year as the starter. He's taking all the starting reps. He ain't doing the second reps that he did last year. He's a full-blown starting quarterback right now. The big rumor coming out of camp too is that Garoppolo trade to Seattle. That's a big thing pop off head this morning. It says heating up. A lot of things going on there. So we gonna see how that play out. But other than that, I think we gonna quiet until July.
Mm-hmm.
We can go quiet until you see training camp hit in July. Still working on the Debo. It looks like they come to some kind of mutual. I ain't gonna say agreement. I'm gonna say a mutual
Understand.
understanding. I've heard from insiders that they told Debo that he would not be playing a running back role this year, so he won't be lining up, behind the quarterback. He'll still be part of the gadget plays, but he won't be lining up between the numbers, run up the gut, all that kind of stuff like that. He probably more, jet sweeps and the wrongs, fake pass, stuff like that. But he wants to be more of a wide receiver, so we can give him that more of a wide receiver line up on the line, run your routes, get open yards after catch. That's what he specializes in, so that's what we can use him in. So I think that's basically it coming out of finance camp
In
for
a
now.
few moments, we'll be starting our in-flight service.
What is
We
this?
will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks.
No, what? Who this is?
Shane Pancakes.
But he got assured he's serving complimentary service. Oh God.
She rude. But yeah, I think that's all coming out of the finance camp for now. Like I say, you can probably go quiet until either Jimmy Garoppolo get traded or we sign Debo. I think the Bosa negotiations gonna probably happen next year. I mean, yeah, we already pick up his 50-year option, so his contract gonna probably get picked up next year. Yeah,
So
John Lynch already say he ain't gonna damn well.
so how? Same question for you on a scale of 1 to 10. How confident are you in Trey Lance heading into the training camp in preseason?
I'm very confident. I think I can go an 8 with Trey Lance heading into the thing. I think that with him taking all this the reps as the starter right now, and then what I seen from the production from the two mini camps, making his throws, dropping back. They practice deep throws. We know he got an arm. They worry about his accuracy. He was hitting all he points. Um, so from that standpoint, from this mini camp going into training camp, I can give him an 8 right now. No, that could go down. It could go up more. But I want to see as it progress on, when we start putting the pads on, when we start to take the red shirts off, stuff like that. And I see if I could see him still doing them, producing those numbers, he'll either stay at an 8 or he'll go up to a 9 or a 10. I have my full confidence. I mean, at this point, you got a choice but to put full confidence in him, but I can go off his production. So that's where I feel where he is right now.
So what's your main positional battles headed to training camp?
The positional battles is safety, running back, um, center all of a sudden because Alex Max announced that he retiring. So we promoted our backup center, Brendel, from who we got from Baltimore, who didn't have to do much last year because Alex Max was solid. But the team say they impressed with him, but we'll see. I think center gonna be a big. It's probably gonna be our weakest link right now, and we'll see how we could address that. I know if Brindle is that good or not. I need to watch tape on him and go look at him because, like I say, he ain't play a lot last year. Um, Corner is surprisingly an issue right now because you signed Travarius Ward to be a starter, but you got E-Man on the other side. They talking a lot about Ambry Thomas, Lenore. So they want to know who gonna be that number two, who gonna play the slot corner, nickel corner, because we gave up Kawan Williams and he was really good. So they're thinking of sticking somebody in that nickel spot. Like I said, safety is your biggest one. Strong safety is your biggest one. Cause we saying what's his name from the Indianapolis Colts? We gave him a $10 million deal for 3 years. Odom, what he named? Odom, I think his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they don't know if he should start, but like again, I say Hofanga really showing up. So we gonna see. We gonna see. We gonna see. It got time still, but those are the big positional battles right now going on. And then of course, everybody with their fingers crossed about the Debo situation. Because if Debo don't get what he wants and decide he gonna hold out or whatever, then we're gonna need somebody to slide in that number one spot. And we have to fill in those gaps, right? I said Joanne Jennings is ready. Is he a all-down wide receiver, or is he just a come-in situational wide receiver? That's why he's shining. Those guys are shining when they come in situational, but then when they have to come in every, 3 plays of the series or whatever, they can't produce. So we'll see.
True.
Those are our biggest positional battles right now.
Yeah, I think for you guys, it's a veteran team. Not much systems change. You don't really have to go through the whole process of off season and mini camp. You know the team that you're coming back with, you're gonna run it back minus Jimmy.
Right.
So it's just Trey Lance that needs the walk, probably timing with his receivers. But he played last year, so it's not like he's just brand new to it.
Exactly. That's one thing I admire about the finance franchise is that every year we don't just stick somebody in brand new in a key spot that they have to go learn the playbook. They have to go do this. All the guys that are playing right now basically know the playbook. Basically know how to do it. I mean, yeah, we get free agent Travis Ward. He can start at corner, but a cornerback is a cornerback. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna play nickel, man,
Yeah.
zone, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know how to play. So that's how you gotta do it. Hofanga playing safety, but he played last year with us as a rookie. He know the scheme. He know what he gotta do. And then you got the veterans out there that are gonna lead him into that. Jake Jackson, he gonna come in as a rotational D lineman. You learning from Bosa, Armstead, Kinlan, them guys. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have that backup thing. Again, you see Trey Lance, yeah, he was a rookie last year, but he played. He played, and Shanahan had him under his wing all year last year. He ain't a brand new rookie sticking him in the game. This is why I always talk about sticking him in. If we had started him last year, it'll feel bad. It'll feel a different way. But you sat, you watched, learn from Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Learn from Shanahan. He's sitting there. I heard a rumor that Steve Young is mentoring him as well while he in California. So that's another good thing for
That's
that.
a good thing. Yeah.
So again, he's 22. My ideal situation again would have been we go there, I get fucking Aaron Rodgers and leave Glenn sit for 3 more years and come out when he's 24. You know what I'm saying? 3 years sitting on the bench or sitting, not even on the bench, just sitting there learning that, like what Aaron just did behind a Brett Favre. You know what I'm saying? He sat there. You know what I'm saying? Come out and he come out blazing. No, not to say that Trey Lance might not come out like a Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes sat for a year behind Alex Smith.
Yeah, he behind Alex Smith.
Right?
Yeah.
And he came out like,
Yeah,
the
came
hot
out and
quarterback. And,
was the MVP the next year.
right. So maybe I may get that and that might happen too. So you never know. But I think he poised. Like I said, the reps gonna help him taking all the starting snaps right now. So we'll see.
Yeah, he doesn't. It's not like he's looking over his shoulder for Jimmy to take his spot.
Right.
He has the true. He has the keys to the house. It's his team. He just has to do what he has to do. But do you think is there any pressure on him, seeing as though that team made it all the way to the NFC Championship and probably just an interception or a drop interception away from making the Super Bowl? You think he's under much pressure to get that team back there?
Yeah. Expectations are high, right? Our team ain't no pretenders. We're a contender. You know what I'm saying? So that expectation is that he has to, like some, I think one of the analysts said, I watched another show, can't remember, something in the week. One of the analysts says that Trey Lance can't come in here and act like a rookie. Everybody talks shit about Jimmy, but Jimmy's a winning quarterback. He has to produce equal to or better than what Jimmy did last year. And Jimmy had a good season last year.
So would you say that making the playoffs but losing the playoff game is a success?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
So making it to the playoffs with Trey Lance would be a success.
Making it to the playoffs with Trey Lance would be a success for the team. Anything less would be a disappointment.
I was just gonna ask you, what you think would it be an individual success or a team success?
An individual success.
I would say
That would.
yeah.
I don't think. No, I don't think it would be both, KG, because
Yeah,
like you
you're
said,
right, yeah.
that team
Individual
made it to
success.
the
Yeah.
NFC Championship and was a
Right.
drop interception away from the Super Bowl.
Right.
Anything not back to the NFC Championship would be considered a failure for the 49ers.
Yeah, that's true.
Because the
That's
first
true.
thing gonna come back is that, or if they had Jimmy, they probably would have been
Right.
there again.
And I would lose my fucking mind. I would rip up my fucking locks because you're blaming Jimmy here. No, Jimmy, we ain't got Jimmy. No, I don't see it. It can happen. You're gonna get a comparison. The first time he lose a game, you're gonna get a comparison. If Trey Lance come out there the first game against the Bears and throw a pick, you're gonna hear a comparison.
Yeah, of course. If that team fighting for a playoff spot, if that team got to
Yeah,
fight,
it's fit for,
if
yeah.
that team got to fight for a playoff spot, they're gonna say that Trey Lance was the issue. Jimmy knew how to run the team, or the system was working better for Jimmy. Trey Lance goes into the playoffs and loses the first game. He carried the team to the playoffs in the first full season. But is that also like a Jalen Hurts type thing? Jalen Hurts carried the Eagles to the playoffs last year and then they lost. Now
Yeah.
you see what happened now. Everything on Jalen Hurts. They filled up the team to make Jalen Hurts better. He got no excuses. With Trey Lance, the team already there waiting. So and Trey Lance again too.
Right, and everybody hype it up and say, everybody had Jimmy could get us to the dance, but he couldn't finish.
Right.
Everybody say,
Right.
no, Trey Lance is here. Trey Lance gonna open up this offense. Trey Lance gonna give you 10 times more than what Jimmy could have given you. So anything less than what Jimmy did for the 49ers is a disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that he has to feel that pressure. He has to feel it's human nature that he has to feel.
Well,
Like
it's the same thing with Patrick Mahomes and Alex Smith, right?
right, exactly.
Guys, yeah, it's the same thing with Patrick Mahomes. But the only thing that Alex Smith never really took the Chiefs to the Super Bowl, but he took them to the championship game.
Right.
So
And again, Alex Smith is like the same forte for Jimmy. Alex
Right.
Smith, the same thing he do for us. Alex Smith is carrying to the playoffs, but he
Right.
never could get us into that dance.
right,
The first time Captain Takeover went Super Bowl.
right.
So
But they
I
said
expect that same thing from Trey Lance. You take over the keys, I need to be in the Super Bowl.
they essentially putting in Trey Lance over Garoppolo to say that you can do a little bit more than Garoppolo,
Mm-hmm.
where Garoppolo's limited. He got a powerful arm. He could
He could run,
move
extend a
and move
play,
out the
he
pocket.
could
Right.
extend the play, move out the pocket, stuff that Jimmy can't do. So we essentially bring you in here to make them little extra players that we know we can't get from Jimmy. Now your job is you got to put us right back in that spot where Jimmy put us.
and then
But when he was in
But win
trouble,
the game.
you got to exactly.
and use that ability. That throw, everybody talk about the Super Bowl in 2020, in 2019, sorry. The one throw when he missed Emmanuel Sanders. You have that situation, Trey Lance has to hit that. You know what I'm saying? So is all I'm getting the silly interceptions that Jimmy used to throw. Everybody's gonna say, "Oh, Jimmy gonna throw one. Jimmy gonna throw one." He always do it. He always throw one. And the kind of things that Trey Lance can't go out there and do.
Well, as he first year starting,
I
yeah,
understand. That's
you
you
gotta
know
give
how
him that.
you know how critical they're gonna be about that.
Yeah.
And I'm saying
But I think the fans will give him a little leeway
the fans
this
will,
year.
but the analysts won't.
The analysts won't there, but the fans will give him a little leeway this year.
Yeah.
I think next year is when he gonna feel the pressure.
And that's what I expect. And I ain't gonna even say like you say at least to the NFC Championship. I won't even say that. I say if he just get us to the playoffs. Yeah, even if he lose the first game, I can say, okay, well, he get us to the playoffs. He know what he like. But anything after that, no, it got to be Super Bowl or bust.
Exactly.
Because
Remember that team is built to win. That team is built to
It's
win.
built to win, yeah.
and he got to beat the Rams twice, eh?
Exactly. You got the Super Bowl champs. You got the Super Bowl champs in your division.
Own the fucking Rams, eh? So he have to do the same thing.
So you got your Super Bowl champs. You had arguably one of the toughest divisions. Now the Seahawks take a back seat.
Right.
The Cardinals, is a mystery.
A
But
lot of things coming out of that camp that won't sound too good for the Cardinals,
so
lot
that's
of-
another thing. Well, I started to say that Murray and Hollywood are clicking very nice, but I ain't paid too much attention to it.
But
But again,
Murray's still arguing about his contract.
yeah. But again, with Trey Lance, it's bad enough that Jimmy carried the team to the NFC Championship. It even worse that the team that he had to play was the Rams
Right.
in your own division.
Right.
So it's a lot of stuff that you gotta look and see that added extra pressure to him. But that's just the NFL. The NFL don't wait on nobody.
Correct.
You wait on somebody when it's your fourth year. When it's your fourth year as a head coach and you draft your quarterback and you build your team. This ain't hit. Kyle Shanahan was brought in to win Super Bowls. He built his team. The team made a Super Bowl in 2019. Then almost made a Super Bowl last year. So you got a Jimmy and Trey Lance is. I think the pressure is a lot on him.
I think so too. And I think he'll feel it. And he'll feel it. But like I say, let him get that one. Let him get all his system. That for them maybe a couple preseason games.
Yeah, he need to just play.
That first game against the Bears, that should come on his system. And then we play the Seahawks. We play the Seahawks right after that. That should get him on his system too, because we have no reason to go and lose the Seattle. We have no reason to lose the Seattle. None
He
at
need
all.
to just play. Yeah. He need to play.
Once he play, feel the rhythm, feel how it is, feel he got the running backs there. He don't have to be running up and down the field like a fool. Make the throws. Your wide receivers get open. Shanahan and get your wide receivers open. All you have to do is make the throws and then leave them bys. Go and do the yards after catch. Hit the Debos, hit the Ayuks, hit the Kittles. Hit the dump after use shit. Make the throws. Jimmy used to miss a lot of them throws. The Dallas game, KG, treated. You can eat up what he named Diggs, and Jimmy missed the throw.
Right.
Remember that? Then
Remember that, yeah.
we win that game. But that's one of the throws that if Jimmy had hit Ayuk and that game would have been over from the third quarter.
Right.
We would have been waiting. We wouldn't been talking about this stupid ass run the ball slide.
With
that.
that.
You know what I'm saying? The game would have been over.
Right.
Because Ayuk was constantly beating Diggs and them stopping goals, killing him, and Jimmy just was missing throws. No, again, like I say, it's gonna be a lot of focus on Lance need to hit them throws that Jimmy used to miss, and that's what we bringing him there for. Them throws, deep down the field, using the whole field. Jimmy was an excellent master throwing the ball over the middle, but the problem was that everybody knew that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you anticipate it. Lance now could open up the field. He could go left, right, middle, and then he could run. So if you play him for the pass and he run up the gut, get 20, 30 yards, Kaepernick. Again, it reminds me so much of Kaepernick. Kaepernick used to spread that field. You didn't know Kaepernick's going to scramble down the field 50 yards or he going to zing it down the field because he had the arm.
Yep.
You know? And we had the running back. We had Gore. So it's like we had a complete team then. And he took us to the Super Bowl. So
We just gotta. We know what it is with the 49ers. It comes down again to the most important position in the NFL. The same, you and KG kind of in the same
In the same
situation.
boat, right?
The team's built to win. The team's there.
yeah.
That comes down on Trey Lance and Jalen Hurts.
Yep.
Only difference is Jalen Hurts probably got a longer leash in. He definitely got a longer leash in. Not Jalen Hurts. Trey Lance
Trey Lance
definitely got a
got
longer
it.
leash than Jalen Hurts.
Right.
They invested in Trey Lance, them 3 first round picks in what's not.
Right.
You can't just get rid of him after one season. Jalen Hurts, he doing any rubbish this year. He out the door for sure.
It's a guarantee.
So exactly. So it just goes to show you everybody built to win, but the situation can always be different. I mean, again, Shane's biggest competition is the Super Bowl champs, who somehow find money to resign the whole team and still there. KG's biggest competition is Dallas Cowboys that everybody feel regress.
Mm-hmm.
So look how stuff happens. So we just gotta wait and see. Again, training camp is the same thing. Like we say, when we go into training camp and the pads come on, we'll see how Trey Lance do. But I mean, you gotta have faith in Shanahan. He know what he's doing.
Yeah.
KG says Saran is looking a lot better this year. So you gotta see what we got. But from playoff teams, so go ahead, G.
The punk ass analyst that had in 2019 that had said we're gonna go 3-13, and we end up going 13-3 and went to the Super Bowl. He put out his record for the finals this year. He said we're going 9-8. I look at it a little bit like 25 and just suck my teeth. I don't understand how he got me losing to the Bears and all them kind of people. I just 25 and laugh. But he's
I don't know if he probably he ain't looking at the team. He look like
I don't know.
again, you're gonna get mixed feelings when it comes to Trey Lance, because you still got Jimmy Garoppolo lovers, and a lot of people would tell you that they wouldn't put their playoff loss on Garoppolo. They put it on the drop interception.
Interception, right?
Exactly. So it wasn't Garoppolo for Garoppolo actually do what he had to do.
Yep.
From the time he dropped the interception, he was put in a spot there that he had to try to win the game, and then he did. So you can still have people that wish Garoppolo was still starting and would figure that Garoppolo is the better option than Trey Lance, but Trey Lance was drafted for this reason.
Yep. Like I said to telling KG, he can be under a microscope the first couple of games. Any mistake, they might eat him alive. You know what I'm saying? Until if he come out balls to the wild and he goes 6-0, you know what I mean? Jimmy did that same thing too. But if he come balls out to the wild going 6-0, he got lift that microscope off of him a little bit. He can get the pressure. You can still have the cons talking about who did he face. He's not facing anybody. They didn't play anybody. Cause they said that shit for us the whole 2019 season. We ain't play nobody. We just keep playing everybody to win the fucking Super Bowl. Like our division was a bunch of scrubs. Like we didn't play Seattle and all them people. You know, still.
Exactly.
So you're gonna still get that. And I understand that completely because like you say, you gotta love us, right? And analysts get paid to do that shit. Analysts don't get paid to analyze. Analysts get paid to promote.
To chat garbage.
Exactly. To promote nonsense. So that's what you can get. I am totally unfazed by that. I just want Lance to come out there and carry me back to the playoffs in the first season. And anything above that is great. Anything below that gonna be a disappointment. That's just what.
You just want your franchise quarterback. That's how we want. You just want that franchise. You just want that franchise quarterback because
he's 20 from me. He gave me 20
because
years as quarterback.
all the weight off your shoulders when you know you got your franchise quarterback.
Yep.
All the weight off your shoulders when you know you got that quarterback for the next 10 to 15 years.
And I've had 2 outstanding franchise quarterbacks.
Right. So
And both quarterbacks had me in the glory days. So I feel like if this is the beginning of a franchise quarterback, I'll take
I still waiting for mine.
it.
But and to keep it pounding on the Carolina Panthers and what's going on in minicamp and
Well,
OTAs.
today was the first official day of mandatory minicamp. I know everyone was looking at the whether Rabbi Anderson gonna retire or not, but he just like to play the fool on social media. He
Is it
was,
other frustration for him?
I think, he just looking at attention. He's a weird guy. Let's just put it like that. The guy put up his hand and say first down to the 2 to 6. So let's just go with that. So he showed up. He was there ready. He didn't participate in team drills. He was nursing a little hip soreness, so Matt Rule kept him out. But he was there. I think most of the team was there. So I think the big talk was what you had post Shane about Baker.
Yep.
Baker, the talks ramped up, and the the Browns got the best offer they got at the best offer they ever got for Baker. But still, the money seems to become the issue. And I think the trade will eventually happen. I think Baker will be a Panther because if I'm Matt Rule and my ass is on the hot seat, do I really want to trust my ass with Sam Darnold? I'm not sure. In OTAs, they said Sam Darnold was outstanding.
Hmm.
After today, they said Matt Rule said Sam Darnold was good. So they all of a sudden, the media hyped that up. That's a decline from outstanding to good.
Too good, exactly.
And he did make some. He did. Our defense was doing some good things. Keith Taylor was doing some good things, and Frankie Louvo and those guys. So it's like it was mixed signals. Matt Corral didn't do much. So I do think eventually, probably even if we get up tonight, Baker may be a Panther. In terms of the other stuff going on, a lot of everyone is there, but we had like a vets day off, like Shaq Thompson, DJ Moore, Brian Bonds, Derek Brown, JC Han, Dante Jackson, McCaffrey. A lot of those guys didn't play. They didn't practice. McCaffrey may not do much for the entire off season, but Terrace Marshall, they said Terrace Marshall looks like he has taken a big leap compared to the week one. Not much to go on with the rookies other than they said they can use a beast. But just good to have them in tomorrow. I'll see what happens more in day two. But so far, so good. They said Matt Rule is actually a lot more freer this year than the past 2 years. He's spending a lot more time with the players. The vibe is actually different this year. And that's a good thing because the first 2 years he had a lot of inexperience on his coaching staff. Now this year he doesn't have that stress. Steve Wilkes is there. Ben McAdoo is there. Those are former head coaches.
Right.
They could take the pressure off you on both your offensive side and defensive side. So he's actually more relaxed, and the team seems to be gelling better. They say there's a big change in how the atmosphere is. So it's looking good. Like the same question I was asking you guys, am I confident in Donald? Right now, I'd have to put that a 4, just for the fact that it's still talking to Baker. So if you're still in this heating up phase with Baker, you can't be that confident in Donald, basically. Corral, that's a developmental quarterback.
Right. So
But
he's probably gonna be a backup for the next 3 years or something like that.
exactly. So my thing is Baker. If Baker comes in, I'm more 8 on Baker and probably 5 on Donald. That's how I would look at it.
If Baker comes in, do you think he automatically takes your team to playoff contention or
My thing is Baker ain't bad. He's not bad, but he has to play under a certain system.
right?
Like when he was successful in Cleveland, it was those running play action, the line keep him clean. Remember last year, they were injured, a lot of injuries to the line, injuries to the running backs. He didn't really have good receiving corps. He was forced to do more, something like a Jimmy. He had to do more, and he couldn't handle it. Plus, he was injured. I do believe if Baker came to Carolina with a healthy McCaffrey, and the line the way it is, he could push us to the playoff. I don't. I would actually have more faith in Baker than Sam down because of Baker track record. It ain't like he didn't do it.
Very true.
When Baker was clicking, he was clicking, but he had a good team around him. With a healthy McCaffrey and Robert Anderson, Terrace Marshall, Rashad Higgins, Robert Anderson, and that line that's being put together, I would have a lot more faith in Baker than Don. Because the problem with Donald is he would look good, but those games that he played for us when we were 3-1, he looked good, but he looked good because he wasn't making the mistakes. From the time McCaffrey went down, it just went downhill. But I think with McAdoo's system now, it's more of a downhill run attack, you play action, and the line isn't going to be third or first in the league this year. I can guarantee that. That line is vastly improved compared to thing. If you don't have a good line, you can't make it far in the NFL. And
That's
that
true.
line will be very, very good.
On
If
both
it,
sides on both sides of the
so
field.
right. So I do think if Baker comes in early and gets a grasp of the offense, I think by preseason he'll be the number one quarterback. I don't think Matt Correa will only be playing games if the Panthers season is last later in the season. But I would put Baker in front of Sam if Baker comes to Carolina. Because that's what you're trading him for. I don't want to hear nothing about competition. They actually trade if they're trading for Baker
Yes.
because they don't believe in Sam. That's it. That's all. If you did believe in Sam, you'd at least Sam go out there, take all his first team reps, and Matt Corral and PJ Walker your backups. You're trying to bring in Baker, which means your confidence means on Sam is at a 4 or 3. That's the reason. And we still have about 25 million in cap space. But it seems to be that the Panthers don't want to take on a full 18 million. They probably want to take on about 8 million. And the Browns take on 10, but that's still the sticking point. So again, we'll see when we get up tomorrow if he's a Panther or not. It's the two that they're saying that if they're trying to work out a trade for him to at least get to Carolina for some of the training camp, for
When,
some of the
when day one
mandatory
was
minicamp.
today, or day two was today.
Day one was today.
Day one was today. Okay. So you,
So
you got
they wanted to trade for him today so you could get in there tomorrow and just do some stuff day 2 and 3. But if they don't get it do now, you gotta wait till training camp. I think in terms of the Panthers, other news, we hosted Carlos Dunlap for a visit yesterday. He took his physical and so yesterday, and he was supposed to meet with the coaches this today. I don't know if as far as I know, he didn't sign as yet, but it was trending that way. And Scott Fitterer is from Seattle, and Dunlap was there the past 3 years. So I got to see what's going to happen there. I think it would be a good value pickup. He had 8.5 sacks last year, played every game. At 33, he's not the every down back, but he can come in on passing situations. I think him, Dunlap, Brian Bonds, Yzer Ghost Matos, and Marquis Haynes would be a very good four-man defensive end rotation. I would like that. And bring along Amari Barno slowly. I would like that Dunlap is there to do on passing situations. The interior, they said Derrick Brown has trimmed down and he's more explosive. We all know Derrick Brown is strong. He's a freak.
Right.
But now to build his pass rushing games, he has to do some stuff. So I'm excited about that. Um, the linebackers are there. They still got we got what's the guy Corey Littleton and then the fella that get in trouble Eric Wilson, but not Eric Wilson. I can't remember his name, but he's still there, still on the Panthers, and it looks like they're not gonna cut him or anything. That they're talking about he's gonna be an important part of the team, so he's there. Cornerbacks, I really like our cornerback: J.C. Hahn, Dante Jackson, C.J. Henderson, Keith Taylor. That's very good to me, and Xavier Woods and Jeremy Chin. I can't complain.
That's a good safety tandem.
Exactly. So I think the team is in a lot better position. I think it comes to again quarterback play and coaching. Matt Rule again. I want him gone, but what he's doing now, he should do in year one. Then he wouldn't be under this much heat. But it seems that he's learning the nuances of being an NFL head coach. He has a lot of experience around him now. He's more free flowing. We'll see what happens, but I'm excited for them. I want to see what day two brings. I was even listening to the um the press conferences today. Frankie Louvu is going to be a big part, like a Jeremy Chin 2.0. It's going to be up and down the field. He can rush the passer, play coverage. That's another good thing. The offensive line is coming together. I like Dante Foreman plus McCaffrey. Take McCaffrey out of the game, not too much. And the receiving corps, Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, Hollywood Higgins, Terrace Marshall. I can't complain right now with how things are looking. So I ain't able.
Oh,
I ain't, I ain't able. I ain't able.
boy.
I ain't able. What?
So any position battles going on right now?
I think the left guard spot is a key because Ikenwu is going to play left tackle for sure. Left guard comes down to Dennis Daly, Brady Christensen, Pat Eflin, and them got some fella named Michael Jordan. I don't know if them think he's a basketball player. I don't understand. But I would hope Pat Brady Christensen gets it. I actually am a big fan of Brady Christensen. So and they said that they're not moving him to the right side. He's either going to be left tackle or left guard. So I'm hoping
Okay.
he takes that position and you got Ekenu and Christensen out there for the next 10 years. I think that's one of the main thing. The next position battle probably would be how the receivers pan out in terms of number 3 and 4 because you got Robin DJ. Is Terrace Marshall gonna step up and be the number 2/3 receiver? Rashad Higgins from Cleveland will take up those spots. And then like it's just depth pieces the way like cornerback. Is CJ Henderson finally gonna live up to the draft hype he was? He has the walls of talent, but he never put it together. Can he be it? Linebackers the same thing. Who fills out the linebacker spots? Shaq Thompson we know for a fact, but you also got David Wilson and Corey Littleton. So in terms of positional battles is probably left guard, number 3 receiver, and probably number 3 cornerback. That's how it look there. It's a lot of depth that you need to find out.
Michael or the number 3 one?
Uh, you see, they would ideally like to play JC Hans, CJ Henderson, and Dante Jackson at the same time. And you move them around.
Mhm.
Because Dante could always slide into the slot sometimes. You put a big receiver in the slot, JC Hans will follow in the slot.
Right.
If CJ Henderson isn't showing the promise that he needs to, then Miles Hartfield played the slot last year a lot. He would jump in as your slot receiver, but essentially they would love to have CJ Henderson, JC Han, and Dante Jackson out there at the same time. And you can move all of them around depending on who lines up where. So you can counter the matchups. Dante Jackson is small and fast. JC Han is big and strong in terms of jamming people. CJ
Right.
Henderson is fast, big, and strong. So, but like KG and Shane, what do you say? We gotta wait into training camp more to get more into the positional battles. Again tomorrow, we're gonna see what happens with day 2. Let's see how it goes. So I'm kind of excited. The news, Dunlap, Carlos Dunlap, and the Baker Mayfield. I gotta see what happens. But so far, so good coming out of the Panthers. I'm excited for the season. I'm always excited for the season, but let's see what we can actually do this year. If not, Shane, we're gonna be going to them quarterbacks next year, full speed.
If I you get Brady, you get nowhere, man.
Who?
That Brady,
Baker.
Baker.
The good thing is Baker and Sam Darnold on the last year of them contract him.
So you won't have to sign them back.
This is the 5th-year option, so I think it's the best of both worlds because even if them don't do good, you lose nothing by it. Both of them is free agents. You can have a heap of cap space because remember what me and you were talking, KG. When you don't have that quarterback that you got to sign for 35 million a year, your
Right.
cap opens up.
The cap opens up a lot.
Right. So are we going to draft CJ Stroud or Bryce Young next year? Are we going to roll with Matt Corral or we going to trade for Kyler Murray if he doesn't deserve his thing? Who knows? The only thing I know is that next year we have no money invested in quarterbacks. So the cap is big. We got close to 70 million in cap next year. And plus, remember, if you don't use all your cap this year, you can roll it over. We still got 25 million this year. You can roll over. So we're gonna see what happens. But I'm excited. I'm not as confident in my team like how you guys are going for the playoff. I do believe we can play for a wild card spot. A lot of things would have to work in my favor. But I need to see progression of the team. I think the team probably is I don't like to say like a year or two away. The team is actually a good quarterback away from making some nice, in my opinion. It's a good, competent quarterback away. So we'll have to see how it goes, but let's see what day two brings in. And then nonsense go on tomorrow and Thursday. We got a show on Sunday. I'll cut up everybody. So we'll have to see what happens there. But right now, two thumbs up. Two thumbs up.
So positive vibes coming out of Carolina.
Positive vibes, partner.
That's good. Because there was a lot of negative energy for a while.
Yeah.
Well, you got
We need,
transgenders out there.
we need him to get back in the street and narrow.
No. You got transgenders out there. I don't know what nonsense going on there. All right. Any news for the sport? Any other football news that we? And one thing I know, everybody's still asking is Deshaun Watson how much guilt he touched up, but he's always gonna deny it. I don't think that will ever change. He's always gonna deny that.
They worry about the wrong damn things. Other than that.
I know. Like Shane said, they still have the Kyler Cardinals showdown
Yeah.
with the
what's coming on
with
here.
there. So that's another thing to watch.
I think there
Outside of
was a
that,
report saying that the Dolphins wanted Sean Payton. They were planning to
yeah,
they would have
4 years,
given him a
100
4-year,
million.
100 mil.
Ooh.
So I mean, but I guess he turned it down.
I know. There's still a little standoff between Terry McLaurin and the Commanders.
Yeah.
Commanders don't really want to pay him top 5 wide receiver money, while others say that he's worth it.
I agree. He's what it
I agree too.
top wide receiver talent.
But we'll have to see how that plays out. Because suppose he goes there and say, "You ain't gonna pay me, I want a trade." It's another receiver out there. So you got those stuff. I'm not seeing that much other stuff. Jerick McKinnon resigns with the Chiefs. A lot of person that you think would like hold out. They're coming. I know Robert Quinn hasn't shown up to mandatory camps for the Bears. He wants a trade. I don't think McLaurin will be going to the thing. Outside of that, right now it's still contract issues that you get, holdouts and extension talks. That's what usually comes through now. So, but we gotta wait. Probably at the end of the week you'll get more news. 'Cause I know a lot of teams running their mini camps this week, so we'll hear more from it this week.
I think, but after that, after this week,
After those mini camps, you
Yeah.
got a time there
Right.
for 6 weeks that you just
6 weeks.
6 weeks you don't. Cause I think
you pray that you don't see a team come and no block.
exactly. Cause training camp doesn't start till probably the 20th of July, 24th from
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
So you got a long time before you hear anything football wise.
All right. So we wrapped up here tonight. We'll come back. Sheedy's mini camp will be done.
We might come Sunday. Let's see how the mini camp go.
What happened? Sunday's Father's Day, so we got.
So,
that's-
yeah,
Oh,
Sunday's
yeah,
Friday,
so-
Sunday's Friday.
So Grandmaster's playing Sunday too. So we'll see what happens.
Play by ear and see what happens.
Yeah.
All right. So sign off, guys.
All right.
All right.
Yes, sir. Peace out.
Peace.